It has been so long since we've been able to speculate about a cinematic universe, specifically Marvel. It's so much fun, and it's so good to be doing it again. I'm so excited for this video. I had so much fun putting it together. I hope you enjoy it as much hearing what I've come up with. All right, so I love it when a plan comes together. Kevin Feige's plan specifically. An A-team is a very appropriate reference here, as Feige seems to be assembling his very own A-team, or is that his own Suicide Squad? He's doing it again! I find it amusing, although I know it's very upsetting to some of you. Hey! He has precedent. He is still borrowing from his own source material. I mean, Marvel and DC have always borrowed from each other over the years, and he's very successful at it. But it's just crazy to see. So anyway, and I mean, the Suicide Squad are so popular, I can see why Feige would want his very own. So yes, it all begins to click into place with new information that's just come to light. Because once you realize that Kevin Feige loosely adapts his source material, but in such clever, efficient, and effective ways, fans don't get angry about it, well, you can see his upcoming plans begin to reveal themselves. So warning! This video contains spoilers and potential spoilers for what's coming up next in the MCU. Really, you've been warned. You might be like, why would I want to hear these at all? Because it's fun to see what's going on, to play this game with Feige, and this sounds really exciting. And the clues, once you see it, it becomes, I think, clear what it seems that he is doing. That's why I said spoilers. There are some legit spoilers in here, and then potential spoilers. All right, so what do we know? What do we know? Well, we know that Kevin Feige won't release Falcon and Winter Soldier until after Black Widow is released. We know that William Hurt's General Ross appears in Black Widow, that his nickname is Thunderbolt. He's definitely his nickname in the comics. I see it on wikis, MCU wikis, that his nickname is Thunderbolt, but have they used it in the MCU? It's been so long since anyone spoke to him in a jovial manner. But anyway, also he's been spotted with a red cane on the set of Black Widow. A red cane is a very distinct choice, and of course in the comics, General Ross does become the Red Hulk. I hope somebody asks him why he chose red, and he says it's his favorite color. Oh, I love it. All right, so anyway, we know that Florence Pugh is playing Yelena Belova, another Black Widow from the comics. She is a darker Black Widow. She's someone who doesn't mind a little red, or maybe more than a little red, on her ledger. She's like the true anti-hero that Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow was like full hero. Not Yelena Belova. Yelena Belova is the anti-hero, the more like a Loki, as you'll see, especially the way this starts to come together, that I think some people like myself have always kind of wanted Black Widow to be. Anyway, we also know that Falcon and Winter Soldier focuses on U.S. Agent as Captain America's replacement and heavily features Baron Zemo. Now, what are we hearing? Well, what are scoopers hearing that's being passed on to you? Well, yesterday, when checking with my own sources about Florence Pugh's Yelena Belova showing up in Hawkeye for Disney+, that was reported by another source, my source confirmed that was not only true, but that she'd also be showing up in Falcon and Winter Soldier. Oh, suddenly it makes so much more sense why Falcon and Winter Soldier can't debut until Black Widow does. Now, because if she's going to show up, if Yelena Belova is going to be introduced in the Black Widow movie, then show up not only in Falcon and Winter Soldier, but then also Hawkeye, you have to start to wonder, how are those all connected? What is the thread that Yelena Belova represents? All right? That's how we think when we're piecing this together. Furthermore, Black Widow has been screened for test audiences quite a while ago at this point, because, it's been delayed so many times thanks to the pandemic, so it has unusual leaks that you don't usually see for Marvel projects. And I'm not gonna, they're all out there if you want to go find them. But for the purposes of our conversation, one of the end credit scenes, it seems, is that both Taskmaster and Yelena Belova are revealed to be working for General Ross. Oh, the plot thickens. I've also heard from my sources that General Ross could soon be turning into Red Hulk, as many Hulks will be appearing in the upcoming She-Hulk series. She might be the name of the show and the lead character, but it's going to be a Hulk bonanza. And again, there's that red cane that seems to be teasing that transformation. So what does this mean, right? We've had what do we know, what are we hearing, and now what does it mean? So, as many are already speculating, here come the Thunderbolts. It's his nickname, right? It's also the name of a team from the comics. Oh, this comes together so beautifully. That's why, again, you can't get upset about it, even though there's a lot of changes being made, because it's a thing of beauty and it's economical, efficient, effective, the way it's done. So basically, the Thunderbolts will be Kevin Feige's Suicide Squad and General Ross his Amanda Waller. What a role from William Hurt. Wow, I bet he's glad he did that cameo in Civil War. Feige has never seen somebody else's toys that he didn't want to play with. There's also a boys reference coming up. I can't believe it. All right, in the comic, I repeated myself. That's how incredulous it is. All right, in the comics, the Thunderbolts are actually formed by who? Baron Zemo, to be fake heroes after the real heroes are seemingly killed by Onslaught, right? Zemo's plan is for his team to take over as the new heroes, win over the public and the government's faith and trust, and then use that to gain access to government secrets that Zemo could then sell on the black market. Zemo thinks a little bit small in the comics, it seems. But anyway, what if in Falcon and Winter Soldier, Wyatt Russell's John Walker is actually put into place as the new Captain America by Zemo? You know, to have that same access through this intermediary, right? Who's a fake good hero, but actually a villain. Zemo in the MCU was already keenly interested in the Avengers, specifically Captain America and Iron Man, their supposed hypocrisy, and how he can manipulate them for his own benefit. Beautiful! Also, remember that at the end of Civil War, Zemo was turned over to the government. So is he working for Ross, or is he a mess that Ross needs to clean up? Remember, Ross doesn't like superheroes much either. On that note, during Civil War in the comics, the Thunderbolts were hero hunters. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. So in addition to being Kevin Feige's Suicide Squad, they could also be his version of the boys. General Ross wasn't able to get the Avengers to listen to him during Civil War. He can't control them, so maybe he can police them via the Thunderbolts, fight them on their own level. And it gives a really interesting dynamic for the Avengers to deal with. Who do the Avengers listen to? Captain America made it clear he doesn't listen to anyone. So maybe General Ross wants to change that going forward. Oh, I love it. It's gorgeous. Now, in the comics, Yelena Belova, as I said, is a darker Black Widow, and she has been a member of the Thunderbolts. Do you know who else has been on the Thunderbolts? In this case, they've both led the Thunderbolts. I don't know if that would be the case here. Hawkeye, he's been there. He's now the edgier Hawkeye, right? He has his own dark past with Ronin. And Winter Soldier. Oh my God. And then you know who else has been a member? Freaking Deadpool. Oh my God. Could Kevin Feige be putting together a darker, edgier corner of the MCU with the Thunderbolts that runs deep through his Disney Plus shows? Moon Knight would also be an optimal member for the team. He totally fits with this group. And Ross, in his quest to control the Avengers, could try to level the playing field, or maybe he's sick, right? And thus the cane. But he either ends up as Red Hulk by design or by accident in She-Hulk. Oh my God. Then the whole Thunderbolts team could upgrade to the big screen to either have Deadpool join them, or maybe they go after Deadpool in Deadpool's first movie. And then maybe he joins them after. Oh my God. Deadpool fighting Yelena Belova, Bucky, Hawkeye, with Red Hulk in the mix? I mean, it's just incredible. That would be an incredible film. And Zemo maybe too there somehow? I mean, that just sounds like a great movie. A perfect movie for Deadpool. Worth the wait! Oh my gosh. It's the kind of clever, efficient, and effective adaptation, again, that Feige is partial to. And it would give the MCU some much-needed dimension. It would give them a team to do the dirty work and to tell the more adult stories, and allow Feige to compete with the DCEU even more so. Right? I mean, he just would cut them off at the knees being able to tell his own dark, edgy stories. I think it's incredible. I think that we have what we know, what we're hearing, and what does this mean? And I think these clues are undeniable that some percentage of this is definitely taking shape. And it's gorgeous. It comes out of nowhere. None of us had been speculating about this up until now. This Yelena Belova was the key to how these properties all tie together. And then once you have that and you know about the Thunderbolts, you can see how it ties together all these different properties. And they don't seem so random in being chosen. I mean, it just sounds fantastic. It just sounds really, really good. Maybe Oscar Isaac would love to be Moon Knight, because it means he would go on to be in the Deadpool movie. I mean, that's just fantastic. And Deadpool, I think, would love to talk to someone who has multiple personality disorder. All right, what do you think? Share your own thoughts and theories down below. Subscribe today. And of course, as always, you can check out some more videos right now.